So I'm going to show you today how to make a textured crescent. I've got a variety of tools that I'm going to use. I'm going to use that, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use some chemicals to crack the surface, and we'll see how we get on. I'll start on it now. First thing you need, nice lump of clay, which will flatten. I always flatten out with my hands first, it just saves a lot of bull work with a rolling pin. I'm trying to get myself a nice pear-shaped lump of clay. Come with a rolling pin, and just thin that off a little bit. You can see that's starting to take shape. So that's the slab of clay I'm going to use. I'm just going to shape it a little bit more. I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to bring this down. That just gives it that extra bit of shape. Right, now we're going to start with the texture. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some pre-fired clay called grog. Grog is like pots that have been fired to high temperatures and then crushed to different grades. This is quite a fine grade grog, but it'll give me the texture that I'm looking for. I'll push that into the surface, making sure that it's well distributed. Right, now I can start to texture. I'm going to use this. This is just a clay former that I made a while back, which is great for applying texture to clay, various things. I use it on crescents, I use it on accents, and it's really good for just running texture into pots. So I'm starting to work on the surface. I'm starting to grind it up a little bit. I want this texture to be as open as I can possibly make it, because I'm going to apply a cracking chemical to it, and that really works on the texture. So the more textured the better, the rougher the better, as far as I'm concerned. Apply this texture, and I'm looking at it, I'm composing this as I go along. And so they're thinking, right, I'd like a little bit of extra texture there, a little bit of extra less there, maybe a burr there, and maybe a burr not there. It's just a case of working on it until you feel happy. I found that you can't overwork it. You know, you get to a stage where you think, yeah, that's fine, I'll stop at that. The more texture, the more interest in the pot. Right, now I'm going to apply the chemical. The chemical I'm using is in this little disgusting jar. And the chemical is sodium silicate. And what sodium silicate does is it just activates the clay on the surface. It's a really strange chemical reaction that this stuff's got with the clay. What it tends to do, it tends to want the clay particles to sort of push away from each other, which creates the cracking. I'm not going to go into the science of it because it's tediously boring, but you'll see the effect once I start to stretch it. So that's liberally applied, and I'm going to start drying. It's going to get a little bit noisy now. I'll probably edit the vid halfway through this drying process because it does take quite a while, so I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, we're back. Right, I've done the drying. This clay slab now needs to be stretched, and the way I do it, I handle this very, very carefully. Pick it up from underneath, get a very, very good grip on it, and I'm actually going to start tapping it on the surface of my bench. And what I'm doing as I tap, I'm making sure it sticks, and as it sticks it pulls and it stretches and it opens up the texture on the surface of the pot. So I'm just tapping away, getting the shape I want, and you can see the texture starting to open up on that. Right, now I'm just going to give it an extra stretch. So I'll stretch it a little bit that way, I'll lift this up and I'll stretch it a little bit that way. You've got to be really, really careful that you don't rip your slab in two. That is a definite no-no, but it does happen. Right, I've just got to gather another piece of kit together, so I'll be back in a second. So this is the mould we're going to use. It's just made from ordinary clay, shaped into a mound, given this shape. Sit it on a board, get the slab, and we'll shape this around the former, making sure it's central and that it's doing the job. You've got to be very careful when you're putting the slab on that you don't crease it. This is a prime bit, and see this little bit where you've got that fold, you've got to lift that up and just ease it in, nice and steady. Bring that back a little bit, so you get that nice crescent shape. Quite a shallow crescent. Ease that in a little bit and get it shaped. Make sure it's in position. Quite happy with that. Right, the last thing I'm going to make for this is a foot, which I'm going to put on the top. So I'm going to take a coil of clay, join it up, and then I'm going to texture this. I've got a little former there, I don't know if you can see the texture in that, I don't know if the camera can quite get it. See, it's got like a rock type texture in it. I'm going to use this to push the clay in, just to get a rock like texture. See, that's given a texture to the clay. Again, we're going to paint it because I want it to crack. I'm not going to use the grog because I don't want an extra texture, I just want a standard texture. So we'll apply that, make some more noise with the dryer. So I'm just going to stretch that a little. Don't want to stretch it too much, you just want a little bit of cracking. I do want it to just open up on that rock type texture that I put on it. So I'm just easing it from the inside, nice and steady. Pulling and stretching, pulling and stretching. I'm quite happy with that. Take this flange from the inside. And then this is going to sit on the base of the pot. So I'm going to paint the pot with a little bit of liquid to help it stick. Paint the top of the foot, and we'll set the foot in position, making sure that it's centred and that it's going to balance this pot. If there's too much weight on the back of this pot, it'll just tip backwards, so you've got to get this in pretty much the right spot, and then when you're happy with it, push it into position. I'm going to use a board on the top of that, get it flat, get it in position. You see what I'm doing? I'm just going to squeeze that down, and that just creates your foot. I'm quite happy with that. Reshape the pot, making sure that you're happy with the shape, and that's that part of the process pretty much done. And then I'm just sealing the inside of this foot. Give it an extra push. Right, so here we are. This is a time to dry. It's been drying for for a couple of hours, maybe a little bit longer. It's a lovely sunny day outside, so it's been in the sun, enjoying itself, and it's ready to come off this mould. So we'll just lift it, pick it up, turn it over, get rid of the mould. You see the crescent, and you just do a final shape on your crescent, and you check it, and then you've got to decide whether you like it or not. You can see the texture really stands out on these. I don't know if that's messing up the focus on the camera, I'm sure we'll find out later. This will now go into kiln. It will be fired, decorated with oxides, refired, and hopefully it will go on the website for sale. Thanks for watching. Bye.